Hi, and thanks for tuning in again to our talk show entitled A Voice, where men and women of all ethnic backgrounds come together to share their dreams, their visions, their goals, as well as their entrepreneurial accomplishments. The purpose of this show is to encourage those of our viewing audience, some of whom used to dream, and then something happened, whether it was a recession or the loss of a job or maybe even the loss of a loved one, and it caused them to stop dreaming. Well, we here at this show will do everything within our power to let you know that, make you know that there is greatness down on the inside of you. And we want to reignite that fire for that dream that you used to have so that you'll dream again. And today, I have a special guest, a good friend of mine that's here to help me encourage you. His name is Mr. Jumaane Brisby. Mr. Brisby, how are you today?
I'm all right. How are you doing?
Man, I'm just great, man. Listen, I know you're busy. You got a lot of stuff going on, and I want to publicly appreciate you for setting aside this time to come and help me encourage our viewing audience. Mm-hmm. Listen, I understand that you are a real estate consultant. You're not a realtor, but you are a consultant. Tell me a little bit about what you do.
Basically, what I do is I help people to acquire properties, whether residential or commercial. Mm-hmm. I also assign, I do assignments. Okay. What that means in layman's term is that if I put a I put a contract on a house.
Yes.
And then I would assign it to another investor in town or out of town.
Okay.
I do things of that nature. I fool with HUD properties. Mm-hmm. Anything dealing with that, that's what I do.
Yes. Okay. So now, as it relates to you helping people acquire properties, what is it? Do you have like a step-by-step?
Yes, exactly. I
plan?
Do. What I do, since we're in I guess a default economy, mm-hmm. what I do is I basically find a rent-to-own situation, okay. Or I would do something like it would be either rent-to-own. Mm-hmm. That's the number one thing that I would do. Let me explain that first. A lot of people, credit has gotten messed up during this recession or
yes. Mm-hmm.
economy, or so they aren't able to obtain traditional loans.
Yes.
Get traditional lending. Mm-hmm. So what I would do is I would set up a situation where they may be able to put some money down.
Okay.
And then get owner finance. That was the second thing,
Okay.
Rent to own, owner finance. That
yes.
means basically they would put down a certain amount of money and we would get them financed. We would act like as if we were the bank.
Okay.
They would pay us, so credit score isn't required. Yeah. And traditionally, you get the loan paid off a lot sooner.
Yes, yes. Mm-hmm. And I noticed that you say, I noticed that you didn't say that credit score doesn't matter. You just say that it isn't required.
No, it's credit score is not required.
That's right. It's not required.
Right.
Yeah, credit score isn't required. Okay, but man, that's great. Now, how did you get into this type of business? Because this is a great thing. I mean, even this shows that you have a concern for the well-being of people. I understand, mm-hmm. And I even understand the Bible saying, muzzle not the ox that treadeth out the corn. Mm-hmm. I understand that you get paid for what you do, but what motivated you to go into this type of business?
Well, you have to have a passion, mm-hmm. basically a passion, and the money will follow you.
Okay.
If you're not pursuing your dream, you want to go on and become a doctor, but you don't understand mathematics.
Okay.
You want to become a lawyer and you don't read.
Yeah.
You're not doing it mm-hmm. for the right thing.
Yeah.
Or right purpose. I came out of the mental health background, and yeah. I just decided, I was just like, I'm just just decided that I wanted to do something to help people in another way. I was helping them in that particular way.
Okay.
But I wanted them to do what the Bible says, acquire homes and land.
Yes.
You know, give a person that wouldn't necessarily get a break, give them an opportunity, you know, to be a, owner.
Yes.
Yeah. And also it would give them an opportunity to be a lender and not a borrower.
Wow. What you
when
say.
you get in that.
Yes.
Yes.
I like that. That's good, man. So it shows that you're concerned, like I say, about the well-being of people, because you could say, well, I'm not going to approach it from this point. I'm going to just be a realtor and I just go sell the property and I make my money that way. But the fact that you're part of a business here that will help somebody acquire the property, even if it's a rent-to-own based on a rent-to-own basis, where they can get in since they don't have the credit score or whatever to go and purchase right now. That right there says a whole lot about who you are.
Well, you know what wins baseball games? I'll tell you.
Okay.
Singles.
Okay.
Not home runs. Statistically speaking, singles wins the game.
Okay.
Not home run. So if you go out there and try to hit a home run, chances are you're not going to get it.
Yeah.
So it's about building relationships with the community and with the people that's in the community. And you will go a whole lot further. If you do what the word says, Habakkuk 2:2, write the vision and make it plain.
Yeah.
God will honor that.
I read that.
Right.
Write the vision, make it plain.
Right.
Wow, man. So apparently that looked like what you guys are doing. And how long have you been in business?
We're at about 6 3/4 years right now.
Oh, yeah? Oh, man. Well, I know your pastors, and I know your church, and I know what kind of word y'all get over at Church Triumphant with the wares. And man, it just, you know, like I say, I visited you all a few times before, and I know that everybody that comes out of there are motivated to go after their dreams and after their goals. And I'm sure you all have a number of entrepreneurs there in that church.
Yes, sir. We do.
Yes, sir. Well, that's great. Well, listen, Brisby, we're going to take a break. And when we come back, we're going to talk again with Brother Jumaane Brisby. We'll be right back.
Today's guest is Jumaane Brisby. For more information on real estate properties and services, contact Jumaane Brisby at 601-502-7859 or email jbakari24@yahoo.com.
We're back, and thanks for staying with us. Today my guest is Mr. Jumaane Brisby, and he's a real estate consultant, and he's talking to me about helping people acquire properties and get into homes and whatnot. Let me ask you this, brother. What 3 pieces of advice would you give to someone that's looking to become an entrepreneur, to be able to do what you're doing? You're helping now people get into houses and apartments and townhouses and whatnot, but you're an entrepreneur, the reason that you're able to do that. So what 3 pieces of advice would you give somebody?
Well, the first piece we kind of elaborated over earlier, and that is to follow your dream. Don't go after the money.
Okay.
You know, you have to follow your dream. It has to be something that's very passionate, something that you're very passionate about.
I got you.
Yeah, you have to do that. If you do any other thing, it's not gonna work. because you're gonna get you're gonna get burned out.
You get burned out.
Yeah, and it's not like I tried to go to. I was attempted to go to nursing school. And I tried. I couldn't get out of A&P.
Oh,
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
I couldn't pass that. I was just doing it for the wrong reason. I want to
Yes.
become a travel nurse. You know, because like I said, I was in the mental health field, and I was just doing it for the wrong reasons. I was doing it for the money,
Okay.
and that was not the right thing. So it didn't work out.
Okay.
You know, so you got to make sure that you're doing something that you really, really like. You know, that God put inside of your heart, and don't worry about the money.
Yeah.
You know, the money will follow you, and you. Viewers, don't get discouraged. You may not make money right away. You know, it may be some time.
Yeah.
It took me 9 months, and that goes to biblical principle. To make my first check, you know, how long does it take to conceive?
9 months.
Right. So I conceived in 9 months.
What to deliver?
Right.
Yeah, 9 months to deliver.
That check was delivered in 9 months.
It was delivered in 9 months.
Right.
Okay. Okay. Then.
Yes, you have to do that and make sure. I know this isn't. Maybe you guys, some people that's watching, may be Christians, some may be atheists. Whatever you believe in, that's fine. I'm not here to change your belief, but make sure you give 10% back into what you believe in.
Yeah. Exactly.
Give 10% back, and God will keep on opening those doors. Don't try to figure out. Don't say I'm short and I can't pay my bills. Make sure you get 10% minimum going back out. That's what you have to do.
Yes.
And that goes in with the first one. I'll say the second thing is faith.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah, I like all these, brother. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to have faith. Do you know that a dog can sense fear?
Yeah.
Right. So if a dog can sense fear, what about man? Remember, fear, you know what that is. That's false evidence appearing real. That's what fear is. Fear and faith aren't in the same lane.
Not at all.
Light and darkness, they don't work together.
That's right.
So your faith is going to get tested, just like mine. For instance, I get job opportunities, all kind of like real nice paying jobs when I was decided to go out on my own. And that again was during those 9 months. The second month, no money coming in. The third month, no money coming in. The fourth month, I started getting job offers. So if God told you to do this thing, He'll make a way.
Yeah.
He will provide a way for you. You just have to stand in faith. If it was easy, everyone would do it. You have to know that hurdles are meant to what? Not walk around. Hurdles are meant to leap over.
Leap over.
So you gotta leap over your hurdles. That's what you have to do. They're not meant for you to walk around. Remember that.
So let me ask you this before you go to number 3. The job offers that came within the 9-month period, did you take any of them, or did you stay with your dream?
I stayed with my dream.
Okay.
I stayed with my dream. And then a lot of times, you guys, audience, you're going to want to know, like, how do I pay my bills? I took a night job. You know, I took a night job so I can work during the daytime, work my business during the daytime.
Your business during the day.
Right, and you got to do what you got to do. I worked a night job,
yes.
you know, so I did what I had to do so I would be free during the daytime.
So, and when after the 9-month period and your business started to catch on, it sustained you to the point to where you was able to let the night job go?
No, I still kept it because that was easy money.
Okay.
Yeah, I kept it, and I just kept it. Right. Yeah. I mean, it's a difference between faith and foolishness.
That's right.
You know, because you had made it. You know, the devil put all kind of stuff in there. I was still working my hours because I did what I had to do.
Yes.
You know, so I stayed there, and for some, at least 2 years. 2 years later.
So ultimately, then the goal is, if you have a dream, stay with it until you see the manifestation of it, if that's what you're supposed to be doing.
Yes.
Okay, now, share with our viewing audience how to know when what you're going after is the right thing.
Because you'll know, because you eat, drink, sleep, and it won't go away.
Yeah.
It's just something people could look in your eyes and tell that's it.
Yes.
It's just like, wow, I can't believe it. It's just like, I love it. It's like a fireman, you never know when a fire, and it's a good fire, you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You never know what's going to happen, so you got to be prepared. Some days go smooth, and other days,
Yeah.
Some days are raspy, some days aren't.
Yes.
So you just got to, just be ready. And it's something that you just eat, dream, and sleep.
Yes.
You could do it for free. I could do it for free, but I wouldn't want to.
Yeah.
Of course. But
well, it's kind of like the woman with the issue of blood. I mean, she could have given up.
Right.
She spent all she had going from doctor to doctor, but her desire was to be whole,
right.
to get well and be made whole.
Right.
So, Sister Girl didn't stop. And when she heard that help was coming or that Jesus was coming, she went and she said to herself, folks say you're crazy when you talk to yourself, but every now and then as a believer, you need to say something. You need to say a few words to your own self.
Right.
She said, if I could just, she said, if I could just touch the hem of his garment, I believe I'll be made whole. So you got to be persistent. And then the next example I'll pull out of the scripture is the woman that went to the judge to get the judge to avenge her of her adversaries. But the Bible said, but he would not for a while, but she kept coming.
Right.
And after a while, the judge gave her her request. So, audience, you just got to stay with it. I can't say enough that there is greatness down on the inside of you. You may say, well, Brinson, how can you say that? You don't even know me. Well, I know the Father. And he says in Genesis 1:26, let us make man in our image after our likeness. He did that. There is greatness down on the inside of you. There's nothing missing. There is nothing broken. You can do anything you set your heart to. We're going to prepare now to take another break. And when we come back, we're going to conclude with my special guest, Mr. Brisby. We'll be right back.
Today's guest is Jumaane Brisby. For more information on real estate properties and services, contact Jumaane Brisby at 601-502-7859 or email jbakari24@yahoo.com.
And we are back, and I'm here with my guest, and he's a great guest. He's a businessman. He's got some stuff going on, and his desire is to be a blessing to somebody else. Man, that's great that you would even choose this field to go in to bless other people. Let me ask you this: what motivates you to keep it moving?
The very first thing that motivates me is that I realize that God is using me in this particular realm as a vessel in order to help people. Yeah. So I think about that every morning. When you're assisting people, that requires a great deal of diligence. And it requires that you be, submitted. Yes. Everyone has to be, and I'm not taking it off the angle or lane that we're doing. Yes. Everyone has to be submitted. Yeah. First, to if you're married, to your spouse. Yes. And if you're not married, to your pastor. And if you're married, to your spouse, then your pastor, But ultimately, God is the number one.
Right. That's right.
So I think about that. That's what motivates me. That he used me to do this, to help people, and I don't have to necessarily go out there at a 9 to 5. I work
Yeah.
at my pace, you know, when I get ready.
Yes.
Or when something calls.
Yes.
You know.
And
So
that's beautiful. Yeah, that's the positive side of being an entrepreneur. But now, you know, the average entrepreneur works harder for his or herself than they do on a regular job. I mean, you know, when they have their focus and they have their goal and they know what their what their goal is, and they're trying to what goal they're trying to reach. Well, hey, because I know on my business, man, I mean, you know, I own the roofing business, and I'm up 5 o'clock in the morning, a lot of mornings, and we don't get into black dark. You know, but you got to be willing to hang in there with it if that's what you want to do. But yeah, so that's what motivates you, you know. And then you've got, like I say, you're a family man, and you know you take care of your family, man. Just thinking about the family will get you out that bed in the morning. You know, wanting to make sure that the kids are taken care of and that honey is taken care of, and then since I know your church, like I say, and your pastor, you sow seeds. So, so you get up because you love on Sundays walking around that tray. There's never a frown. There's always a smile, and then you're always excited to be able to have seed to sow. Because I know you say, well, this is another Sunday that I've seen the word of the Lord being revealed, in that he say he gives seed to the sower. And so now you walk around and you sow that seed. You got a smile, and like I say, I've been in your church. I like your pastors. They are awesome teachers of that word, and as a result, they have all these entrepreneurs coming out of the ministry that's able to turn around and not only bless their own families, but sow back into the kingdom. And so now you've got this job, and you're out helping people. And I'm sure some of the people that you've helped to get into, you know, get a place to stay, you've probably motivated them to go out and start a business. But you just have to encourage them to keep it moving. Yes, sir. Okay. So that's where your motivation come from. So how has being an entrepreneur affected your family?
Well, being an entrepreneur has affected my family several ways. Excuse me. The first way that it's affected my family is it gives my my lovely wife, Lakila, who I care about very much. It gives her a chance to do extra things that, you know, we wouldn't normally be able to do. And you know, go places that I guess a regular 9 to 5er wouldn't be able to go on. So it's been very, I guess it's been very inspirational. In that manner, dealing with the children, you know, when they go to school, and they'll say, they'll come out and say, well, what do you want to be? Or what do you want? This or that. And they say, I want to work for myself. You know.
Wow.
My 4-year-old, she doesn't know the word entrepreneur, but, you know. My 14-year-old, you know, she wants to do like 9 different things. She wants to be a cosmetologist. She wants to be a nail technician. You know, she wants to, you know, go on and she said she wants to open up a store. You know, just things like that. So it's embedded in the child's spirit. So that's a great thing on dealing with affecting the family. Yeah, you have more flexible time to do things around the community. The church, if the church needs help in health ministries, you can do that without, especially during the daytime. You know, if they need daytime hours, you can, you know, do that. Versus after 5, you can get your hours done in the daytime. So that's
okay. Look, you're here with me right now, so I assume you've got somebody that's taking care of your business while you're here.
Right.
Okay. So everything is still flowing.
Yeah, still flowing.
So in other words, you're in a position now where you're making residual income.
Yes.
You don't have to just have hands-on to make it.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, man. You know, we were talking about that a little earlier. The people that understand how to use their minds get paid the most.
Right.
Because there's greatness. I've said it over and over again. I always go back to Genesis 1:26. You know, God said, let us make man in our image after our likeness. Well, in him, there's nothing missing. There's nothing broken.
Right.
There's nothing missing, nothing broken. So if, or since we're made in his image, man, there's greatness down on the inside of us. And so I want to use this show to, you know, to do what I got to do to drive that home into the hearts and minds of our viewers, to let them know you can do it. If you got a dream, you can do it. That's why I bring guys like yourself on, and women that's entrepreneurs. I bring them on to help me encourage our viewing audience, because I don't know, man, I just want to see people make it. I want to see people, you know, do good and live good. I heard sometime years ago that folks say money won't make you happy. They lie. That's a lie. That's just not true. That's just not true.
Right. My pastor say, if you had the right amount of money, over 90% of your problems will go away.
Oh man, Ecclesiastes 9:6 says, a feast is made for laughter, wine maketh merry.
But money answereth all things.
It answers all things. And look, our time is up. It's been awesome, man, being able to hang out with you this half hour. And thank you all for staying with us as we did everything within us to encourage you to go for your dream. There is greatness down on the inside of you, and you can do it. Pick your dream back up, start dreaming again, and go with it. And you'll discover that you'll be able to fulfill your dreams. God bless you, and we'll see you next time.